real Mccoys, starring Walter Brennan and Dick Crenna, created by Irving Pincus.
Want you to meet the family known as the real McCoys. From West Virginia they came to stay in sunny California. That's Grandpappy Amos and the good-looking boys, his favorite grandson, Luke McCoy. Want you to meet Pepino, the family's hired hand. And that's old George, who lives next door, a friend and neighbor you met before. Together they share all the sorrows and joys of the family known as the real McCoys.
And I say we've been shilly-shallying long enough. Now this house has just got to be cleaned. And one of us has got to volunteer to do it. And I'm going to be goddamn disappointed if you both of you don't. How about it, Peanut?
Even if I'm drafted, I will not volunteer.
Well, we wouldn't be stuck with this housekeeping mess if...
No, Grandpa, I ain't getting married.
Well, being a widow man for a year and a half is long enough.
Well, if I get married again, it's going to be for love, not for a good hand with a broom and a dustpan.
Well, then we got work to do. Before that housekeeper gets here, we got to get this house clean enough for her to be able to clean it up.
We don't play no favorites. We dirty up every room just the same. Oh, no, that can't be the housekeeper. Not so soon. Well, if it's her, tell her it's the wrong house. By the time we clean it up, she won't recognize it anyway.
Yes'm?
I'm Mrs. Gaylord. I called about your ad for a housekeeper.
Oh, Miss Gaylord. I'm Amos McCoy. Come on in. Sit yourself down.
Oh, Miss Gaylord, excuse me just a minute. I've got to talk over something with my grandpa. Do you mind? Excuse us, just Grandpa. Can I see you for a minute, please? Grandpa, if she comes in here and sees a house like this, she'll just run out. What are you trying to do?
Give her the shock treatment. If she can stand this house the way it is, she's the one we want. Come on in, Miss Gaylord. This is my grandson here, Luke McCoy.
Ma'am?
And this is my hired hand, Pepini.
Senor Grandpa. She is an Estella shop.
There's one more.
We never should let her in.
Forgot my suitcase.
You run away?
Oh, why would I do that?
Well, maybe your eyes ain't accustomed to the dark yet. You seen the kitchen, didn't you?
Yes, but a house usually gets to look this way with 3 bachelors living in it.
Well, Miss Gaylord, how'd you know we was bachelors?
Well, I just naturally assumed. Of course, anyone as attractive as you won't be a bachelor for long. My, he is handsome, isn't he?
All us McCoys look that way when we're young. Well, Miss Gaylord, the house is all yours. Your bedroom's the first one off in the hall. Come on.
Yeah, wait, just a minute, Grandpa. Miss Gaylord, I think you ought to know that we can't afford to pay you very much.
Well, I've been working in the city for years and just dreaming of getting back to a farm, so let's all try it. And if we all like it, why, the money won't be important at all.
Well, come on, boys, quick.
I never tasted soup like this in my life.
Just wish my mouth would stop watering so I don't weaken it.
I say how good it is. Only stop me from eating.
It's a shame a good-looking young man like you shouldn't have some sweet young wife who could cook for him. Here's your Sunday shirts, boys.
Can you use it? I can't believe it. It's clean.
Well, that's the first time I've seen white in 6 months.
Why, a man could go snowblind just looking at the cuffs.
What you need is a woman's touch.
I cannot believe it. 5 days, and each day her cooking gets even better.
My head says it's impossible, but my stomach says it isn't.
You got a cold, Pepino?
No, senora. It was not me.
Is anything wrong, Miss Gaylord?
Oh, I'm all right. Anyway, it's my problem. I can't trouble you.
But, Miss Gaylord...
It's nothing. It's really nothing.
Miss Gaylord!
Luke. She said it was nothing. And I got a feeling we should ought to leave it at nothing.
Grandpa, she was practical crying.
Oh, you don't understand women. They turn tears on and off just like a water spigot.
I'm going to find out what's bothering her. After all, she's just like one of the family now. Oh.
Here's your dessert. Homemade strawberry shortcake.
Miss Gaylord, won't you please tell us what's wrong?
Well, you see, I have a daughter.
I knowed you had something.
She's my only daughter. I had a letter from her this morning. She's working in an office in the city, but she's just a plain, simple country girl, and she's not happy there. She's sick and lonely, and she misses me, and I'll just have to go to her and find some place in the country for a few weeks where we can be together until she gets her health back.
I'm sorry, Miss Gaylord.
Well, I just don't know what else I can do.
Grandpa.
Senor Grandpa?
Miss Gaylord,
Yes?
we'd be much obliged to you if you'd bring your daughter here to live with us till she gets all better.
Oh, thank you, Mr. McCoy. I'll go wire her right away.
Grandpa, that's a fine and noble thing you're doing.
I hope so, Luke, but I think them was the exact words they told General Custy when he started out on his last trip.
Look, taxi. Oh, must be Miss Gaylord's daughter. Go give her a hand. See? Can that be Mrs. Gaylord's daughter?
Well, if she's sick now, I wonder what she looks like when she's well.
Thank you very much.
Are you Miss Gaylord's daughter?
Yes, I'm Mary Gaylord.
Oh, well, how do? I'm Luke McCoy.
Hello?
Oh, this here's Pino.
Hello.
Tanto gusto, señorita.
Well,
Well, you seem a bit surprised, Mr. McCoy. Mother said you were expecting me.
but not so much. I mean, your mother told us that you're kind of sick, and, well, I guess appearances can be deceiving. Maybe you're a whole lot sicker on the inside than you look on the outside. I mean...
Well, there's not anything actually physically wrong with me. I'm just run down a bit. Well, I suppose Mother is waiting.
Oh, here, let me take your suitcase for you.
Oh, how nice of you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, well, city girls ain't used to dirt paths.
how sweet you are.
You be careful of these steps. I wouldn't want you to fall down and bust nothing. There we go.
Mrs. Gaylord may need a stove, but her daughter is cooking without one.
Miss Gaylord, your daughter's here.
Mother?
Oh, she must have gone out marketing or something. Would you like to go to your room and rest?
If you don't mind, I'd rather wait here with you. It's so nice to talk to someone from the country again. I know this is going to do me so much good.
Me too. I mean, it'll be nice for me to have somebody to talk to, too.
Oh, thank you. You know, Mother wrote and told me how nice you were, and now that I've met you, I see what she meant.
Oh, now you're kind of embarrassing me.
I'm sorry.
You don't need to be. I ain't been embarrassed this nice in a long time.
While we're waiting, why don't we sit down?
Oh, sure thing. Say, your eyes...
Yes?
There's two of them. I mean, they're both of them pretty.
Oh, thank you. You certainly know the right things to say to a girl.
Well, I wouldn't dare say them to nobody else.
I was just going in. My daughter's here.
Mary, darling. Mother, it's so wonderful to see you again.
Oh, Mary, dear, I'm so glad to have you with me.
Hey, Grandpa, I'd like you to meet Miss Gaylord's daughter, Mary. This is my grandpa, Mary.
Hello.
How do?
It looks like we're going to just be one big happy family. Come with me, dear.
Yeah, it's going to be big, all right, but I don't know about happy.
That sure was good. Wonderful, Mary.
Oh, thank you, Luke.
Miss Gaylord, you sure did outdo yourself tonight. I'll tell you, I didn't know anybody could make real old-fashioned corn pone and chitlins no more. Yeah, that's Grandpa's favorite dish, ain't it, Grandpa?
It was.
I noticed you ate all of it.
All right. It was delicious.
Well, I can't take the credit for it. You know who cooked supper for you boys? Mary.
Well.
Mother, Mary's such a modest girl. She's really a better cook than I am. Come on, Mary, dear. You can help me with the dishes. She loves to do the dishes, too.
Well,
Come on, dear.
Oh, you know, that Mary really is a country girl, ain't she? She's only been out here one day, and already you notice how the blooms come back to her cheeks?
Yeah. She's wearing a lot more of it tonight. You say, how about a game of checkies, Luke, eh?
No, thanks, Grandpa. I guess not. There's a real pretty moon out tonight. I think I'll go look at it.
Well, now, he's acting like it was a new rooster, and she's the only chicken in the coop with feathers. I'm worried about that boy for me.
Oh, Senor Grandpa, I thought you wanted Senor Luke to get married again someday.
Sure, but happy married. And I got a feeling that girl just ain't right for him. She looks to me like she's just out to grab him.
Well, remember, it takes two to make a marriage.
Yeah. Girl and a mother.
You know, it really wouldn't hurt any if you did help me with the dishes. It's bad enough that you can't cook.
Now, don't start picking on me again. I don't want to hear any more.
Watch that temper of yours. You've lost enough boyfriends that way. Remember, I'm not getting any younger. No, you skipped your last 2 birthdays. Neither are you.
All right, Mother. I know we both need security. Maybe Luke is the answer. But when we get married, he's going to have to shuck some of that corn.
Oh, that's the idea. Hook him first. Never let a man find out what he's getting until after he's got it.
Besides, Luke's not so bad.
You bet he isn't. And someday this farm,
Oh, I just came in to get a glass of water. Any trouble? I thought I heard a little arguing.
Oh, we were.
You was?
I was just trying to convince Mother that it would be much easier on her if I washed and she dried.
Pepinos.
Si, Senor Grandpa.
What time is it?
It's almost midnight.
You know, Luke's staying out later every night with that girl.
It looks like Senor Luke has been shot full of arrows by Senor Don Cupid.
Oh, something more deadly than that. He's been hit by a juicy frying pan and some wafty cologne.
Senorita Mary's a beautiful girl, a wonderful cook, a great housekeeper. What more can a husband want? Except to be single, too.
She just ain't the right one. I could swear I heard her arguing with her mother a few times. And did you notice her hands? Fingernails is painted and soft. Why, for a girl who cooks and irons and washes dishes, she must use more hand cream than a dairy farm with 100 ticklish cows.
What are you going to do, Senor?
No, I don't know. Luke's had enough trouble in his life. I just got to find out about it, that's all. I just got to find out.
Oh, Mr. McCoy, you're up late tonight.
Well, Cal was kind of restless, so I bedded her down. You know, I've been thinking, Luke's a lucky boy knowing a girl like you. Pretty, Good cook.
Thank you, Mr. McCoy.
Now you take them chitlins and corn pone you made the other night. They was really delicious. Why, they was even better than what we got back in West Virginia. I've been meaning to ask you for the recipe for them.
The recipe?
Sure, I might want to fix some for myself sometime. Use real fresh pones, does you?
Oh, yes, the freshest.
And the chitlins, I suppose you put a lot of pepper on the chitlins, huh?
The chittles. Yes, lots of pepper.
And plenty of hog jowl fat?
Of course, but couldn't we talk about it tomorrow? I didn't realize how sleepy I am. Good night.
Chitlins, pones, hog jowl fat. Luke, I know they're fighting for your happiness. I'm fighting for your stomach, too. Now remember, when supper time comes around, all you gotta do is keep yelling you're hungry.
That comes natural to me. Senor Graham, why do we have to go through all this trouble? If you found out that Mary's not what she said she is, why don't you just tell Senor Luke about it?
When a lovesick hound is baying at the moon, he don't listen to no words. I gotta show Luke.
And you think you can keep Mrs. Gaylord away long enough to do this?
Well, don't you worry. You just leave it to me and Gertrude here. Now, go and get going. I hate to do this to you, Gertie, old girl. You ain't never been able to make Craig's Hill in a full radiator. You ain't got a chance and a half.
Back in an hour at the Housekeeper.
Fine. Bye now.
Mr. McCoy?
You hop right in, Miss Gaylord.
Are you sure we get back in time? I have to help Mary get supper ready.
Oh, sure. Old Gertrude here is dependable as a mule. Just a few miles up the road, to the top of Craig's Hill. See, I know the smoke is kind of sweet on Mary. Who knows? Soon I might be having to give him that half acre on the hill for a wedding present.
Oh, that's very thoughtful of you.
Well, a McCoy was never known to leave another McCoy down. But first the steam's got to clear up so we can see the car.
How long do we have to stay here?
Well, I think she's got about one more pop left in her.
Now what?
Well, there's a creek about a half mile down the road. We can get the water there. I want to make sure the brakes is set. They're all set now.
I'm hungry. I'm hungry. Mary, are you sure they said they'd be back in an hour? It's past 7. I'm hungry. She heard you.
Here, have another bowl of salted peanuts.
Hey, try it once more, Miss Gaylord.
I give up.
Maybe the wires is crossed.
Can't you hurry?
Well, now, you've seen them doctors on television. They don't operate until they know exactly what's wrong with the patient.
How long before she has supper fixed?
Now, Peppino, you know that Mary's a great cook. And it takes a great cook a little time to prepare everything just right. Oh, well, yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, thank you, Mary. See? It's kind of a different supper. Steak and a bran muffin.
Yeah, that's not a bran muffin. Those are baked beans.
Yeah, they're just sort of glued together.
See? And they taste like glue, too.
Well, that steak sure looks good, huh?
Mary's such a good cook.
Well, you don't marry a girl just for her cooking. She's sweet and she's nice and... I think I'll go in and tell her I understand. Mary, about the steak.
What about the steak?
Well, I was just going to say that...
You were just going to say it was burned, weren't you?
Well, it was, but I wasn't going to say that. I was just going to say...
Maybe I'd better say a few things. I'm not a cook or a housekeeper, and if that's what you're looking for, you'd better look for someone else.
Well, no, that ain't what I'm looking for.
I don't intend to spend the rest of my life in the kitchen cooking and sewing.
Mary, I've never seen you mad before. You're not the same girl.
No, I'm not, and I never was. And maybe you better learn a few things right here and now.
Wrong?
Oh, keep quiet.
Don't you tell me to... Sometimes my little girl's a bit high-spirited.
Oh, Mother, cut out the act. Security, farm life, you and your great ideas. Well, I'm not...
I told you to watch that temper of yours. It's gotten you into enough trouble.
Well, you haven't done so well either.
Oh, well, at least I'm willing to work. I'm not just a lazy good-for-nothing who wants to sit around all day reading movie magazines.
Oh.
Well, and you had a good chance here, and what did you do with it? Threw it right out the window. Oh,
Yes, senor.
every quiet. I told you not
Yeah?
to tell me to keep quiet.
Leave his place, spin the bottle.
Last time I'm going to get
The one that loses has to drive him to the station.
involved.